All right. The workers are preparing the offering. What is...
Scrap! Just have the Moonkin scrappers search the cradle. There should still be some mounds nearby. Then comes the blood-giving.
How works the blood-giving exactly? Two blood-givers must offer their lives to Mugwa. Zazka knows that. But how?
It is complicated. Of the two blood-givers, one is the sacrifice, and the other, the vessel. The vessel devours the sacrifice, then spills his own blood at the foot of the holy stone.
Elder Grimoire Greyfur is as wise as they say.
What mean devour?
Eat. So he means the vessel must eat the sacrifice's flesh?
Like chosen chieftain Akrogu will eat his sire's flesh at the ceremony. It is true. Cabrax told both Bloodgiver Urnuk, the sacrifice, and Bloodgiver Itzka, the vessel, what they should do. Akrog should speak to them once he is ready to make the offering.
He will. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
War is ready.
They take care of it, you know.
Close enough.
What is it?
Bloodgiver Itzka will give his life tonight. He wishes not to die with the rot in his bones.
The rot can only be passed on through blood, not from troll to troll.
That is what every fool believes. Itzka wants his flesh to be pure when he offers it to Mugwa. No. Why is the chosen chieftain speaking to Itzka? He wants to be alone with his thoughts.
Itzka will devour a Moonkin's flesh. If what he thinks is true, would he not catch the rot then, either way?
He would. But the Moonkin sacrifice dies a few breaths after it has devoured the Moonkin sacrifice. There will be no time for the rot to spread.
Akrog came to offer his thanks and tell Itzka that the ritual is ready.
Thanks? Itzka does this for Mugwa, not for the Moonkin. But he thanks Akrog for his words. Is the Blood Guard waiting?
Blood Guard?
Cabrex has not told him yet. The tradition demands that the Moonkin bring 3 strong warriors to protect the pyre.
Akrog understands. He will take care of it.
He should. Itzka will meet him at the Holy Stone.
It is nonsense. Why Urnuk? Because that is what Mugwa decided. Nurab must move. Chosen chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher. Mugwa prays.
Mugwa prays, Bloodgiver Arnuk Soft Tusk. Is he ready for the sacrifice?
Bloodgiver. All his life, Urnuk was a healer. And now that is all he is.
He became Bloodgiver the moment Mugwa decided so.
Rot Mugwa! Rot the devouring! Rot the hunters! Rot everything! Nurab cannot take this! Nurab, go! Just when Anuk has accepted his fate, his trusted one will not. What can he do, chosen chieftain? He wants not to leave Nurab like this. Bitter and broken.
The last hunter attack killed dozens. Many kin are bitter and broken.
How about a soul charm? It is a stone with hex power from the Brittlebone ruins here. It can store the voice of a living creature. If the Moonkin found a soul charm for Anuk, he could speak a few words for Norab into it. This way, Norab could treasure them forever.
Anuk would like that. But he wants not to be a burden on the tribe. Narbak is right. The Moonkin should not stay here any longer than necessary.
Anuk gives his life for the devouring. So this is the least the Moonkin can do. The blood for the tribe for the blood.
Anuk thanks Grungwa.
Where can they find the soul charm?
Cabrax told Grungwa that the kin hoard them. They should talk to their Thing Keeper.
All right. They will be back.
At his service.
You will lead the way. Magua prays. He is chosen chieftain Akrog Bone Crusher.
Thingkeeper Neek knows him. The troll who crushed 10 brittle bones by himself.
How knows he?
Oh, be no fool. Every troll knows the cub of Chieftain Narjek Firstborn. And his same blood, the Moon blood. Neek must say he expected something else. Akrog looks not yet like a chieftain to me. Let alone the one to follow Narjek Firstborn.
It is true, Akrog is not chieftain yet. But he will be, and he will prove himself.
So easy to shake. Be careful, Akrog, or Ken might take him for a slave. Either way, what came he here for?
This is the Bonekin's treasure, is it not? Why keep so many Brittlebone things?
So the Brittlebones find them not. Everything out there with hex power is a thing the Brittlebones can use to untusk trolls.
Akrog understands. Akrog wonders if the Bonekin have a soul charm. The Moonkin's blood giver. He would like one for, well, his trusted one.
Soul charm? The Brittlebone boxes that can trap a voice, no?
It is true. They are small spheres, silver like the moon, and
Neek knows what they look like. And it is true. They have one. Here.
What wants a Bonekin in return?
Nothing. The Moonkin Bloodgiver makes a great sacrifice. If this keeps the dark thoughts away from his trusted one, Neek is glad to help.
Akrog thanks Neek. Sharp tusks and thick hide. Akrog must leave. What is this? Akrog is ready.
chosen chieftain.
Akrogu never asked. Why is Arnak called Soft Tusk? His tusks look not soft nor brittle.
Akrogu speaks true. They are not. Anuk's same blood Jag gave him this name, actually.
Jag. Granoir knows this name not.
That surprises Anuk not. Anuk said farewell to Jag many moons ago. And he is in the moonlit river now, along with their sires. They were just cubs when they lost their sires, so they noticed not. But when they were grown, Anuk's same blood took care of Anuk. He taught him how to hunt, how to find herbs. Everything.
But why call Ernuk Soft Tusk then?
Because he always said Anuk's heart is too soft to be a warrior. Anuk never liked killing a boar, even if he knew it was right because he needed to feed the tribe. That is why he became a healer, like Shepherd Crumb Kind Soul. There, he can mend flesh and not destroy it. Could, that is. Anuk will mend no more.
Akrogu is sorry. Here. The Bonekin gave Akrogu this soul charm.
Anuk likes it. How works it? Anuk just speaks something?
And the hex inside will trap it. It is true.
Anuk sees. Anuk is with Mugwa now. And he will be there when Nurab joins him in the moonlit river.
Will he bring Nurab the soul charm now?
Anuk would like Akrogu to bring it to him. After the devouring, when Anuk is gone.
Why? Nurab his trusted one.
Very true, Moonblood Noag. But seeing Nurab now would only make Anuk weak again. He has said all that needed to be said. Now, it is time for him to do his duty. The tribe for the blood for the tribe. Chosen chieftain Akrogu. Anuk. Make all this death mean something. Save the Moonkin, no matter the price. He can help. Mugwa prays. needed. He can help. Magua praise. What next? He here. They take care of it. Be not worried. He can help. Magua praise.
for him.
What is that?
Chosen chieftain. Has he spoken to the Bloodgivers?
He has.
Good. Then the summoning may start. First, Akrog will have to place the offering at the Holy Stone. Then... well... then the vessel must devour the sacrifice. Then spill his blood at the foot of the Holy Stone. Once this has been done, Mugwa's cub will rise from the earth.
Will Cabrax guide the ritual?
No, this is the chosen chieftain's burden, and his alone.
Akrog understands.
He can help. Mugwa prays. He work now. No one here! You find out.
Chosen chieftain. Is it time? Anuk is ready.
And Itzka is too.
Itzka, is there anything he would like to say?
No.
Is there anything else Anuk would like to say?
Just bring Nurab the soul charm when the devouring is over. That is all.
Akrog understands. He will. It is time. This is the tooth.
Strange
What is?
that it would end this way. Anuk thought about how he would die so much. Yet this... it never crossed his mind.
Itzka will honor Ernuk's flesh.
Akrog will be a good chieftain. Anuk feels it.
Now the devouring. What on Urgath is this? It is done. Make the offerings, speak the words, then Itzka will do his duty. Be ready. He's needed. He can help. Magua prays. What should he do? Let us by the golden, shiny, holy hide! Tell Cabrax not! This is not beautiful, Akrog! Tell him not!
Will it? Akrog means whose words obeys it?
Chosen Chieftain Akrog's, of course. He summoned it.
Then the devouring can begin.
It is true. Speak the words, then Cabrax will light the pyre. If he wants to take a last look at his sire's flesh, it should be now. Is Akrog ready?
He is.
Then call in the Moonking's chosen warriors. Cabrax will brew the embalming liquid. Then the devouring begins.
Akrog is listening.
And so, Elder Grungwa Greyfur gives Chieftain Narjuk Firstborn's flesh to his cub, the chosen chieftain. Not only so he may become the new chieftain, not only so his blood stays in the tribe forever, but to honor Magua, the moon goddess who, through all these struggles, still smiles on trollkind. Magua prays. Do it, chosen chieftain. Devour the heart. And the devouring is complete. With Magwa's blessing, Akrog Bone Crusher is now chieftain of the Moonkin. Speak, chieftain. Speak loud and speak proud. Because his words will be remembered.
Narjuk Firstborn, was not only Akrog's sire, he was also the greatest chieftain of...
Wait!
What?
Something is wrong. They... Hunters! Fight back! The cub will crush them! Brutes! Bloody brutes! Fight them back! Fight for Mugwa!
Scryer, do it! Cast the spell!
Commander.
Smash them!
Let Zarska get a proper look.
This is pointless! The Moonkin must flee, now!
What is he talking about? The trolls will crush them.
No, they will not! Tusks! There are hundreds of them out there. Cabras can sense it. And they killed the cub with a single hex.
He speaks true, chieftain. They need to flee.
But how? The fire is everywhere.
Cabrak knows a way.
What happened? Where are they?
Still near the cradle. This must have been a teleport hex, like the hunters used to get into the cradle. They...
More hunters. Cabrax was right.
To the tribe camp. Now.
Hope that spell worked. That thing was bloody terrifying.
Don't worry, it... Well, Itras is the best mage in the Corps.
Still, it is a Titan. And that fight has been going on for a while now.
Ah, you worry too much. Those tusks are ours.
For the moon!
Ellen's reigns!
No hurt, Moonkin!
Our need.
Feel the might of the Moonkin!
Even the worms would not eat such a beast.
More power needed.
Huh, what now? More trouble? Can a troll not rest for a moment?
What can he do for the tribe? What is needed of him?
Is that...
Blood-giver Anuk's trusted one, Norab. He will never get the soul charm.
To the tribe camp. Now.
He go there.
This looks
Look who has arrived. Nurbok told Akrog this would happen, but he listened not.
Stop, Nurbok. This is not the time for fighting.
Crumb speaks true.
What happened?
What looks it like? The hunters attacked while Akrog was busy doing rituals with the Bonekin, just as Nurbok said they would. Nurbok guesses the cradle is gone too.
They're still fighting. Cabrax, he told them to flee.
And of course, Akrog obeyed.
It was not like that. Cabrax left them no choice.
Sure.
Zaska speaks true, trusted one. Chieftain Cabrax made a hex that brought them out of the cradle. He wanted the Moonkin not to die.
Well, it's too late for that. Many did.
The hunters. How many kin have they killed?
Better to ask how many were not killed.
They have not yet counted the bodies, Chieftain Akrog. But it is terrible. Zaramak, Julog, Anug, Crum, and maybe 24 kin are all who survived. It would have been worse had Anuk not warned Nurbok.
That terrible.
It is, little Noag. It is.
Akrog understands not. The eyes said there were no hunters wide and far. So how could this happen? I, Master Anug?
It is hard to explain. It is true that the beaks and the eyes see no hunters. But when Anug go out yesterday, he see these strange sparkles in the air, like how air look over a fire. This morning, Anug and I see sparkles from the bushes. But suddenly, there is a blue cloud on the sparkles, and hunters come out.
A teleport hex, just like in the cradle.
When Anug find out, he run back to the tribe camp, but it was too late. He is sorry, Chieftain Akrog. He failed the tribe, and now so many kin is dead. Anug is not to blame. It was Akrog who would not listen.
Chieftain Akrog.
The small tusk is the last one to tell Nurbok what to do. He is not even a moon.
Quiet. Tusks, maybe Akrog made a mistake, but now is not the time to fight. Kin died, again. And more will die if the Moonkin stay here and wait for the hunters to finish crushing the cradle. They need to leave. Now.
Powerful words. And where plans this great leader to take the Moonkin? Right into the next ambush?
He knows not, but they will work something out.
Maybe there is no need to. Zaska has an idea. Nurbok remembers when he said Zaska was making schemes again? Well, it is true. For the past moon, he has been meeting with a brittle bone.
A brittle bone?
That is what Sazka just said. And no, he has not betrayed them. Even though that is what they all believe he is just waiting to do. This brittle bone, he has a plan that would not just help the tribe crush the hunters, but could also cure the rot.
Cure the rot? How? How is that possible?
And there is the catch. The Moonkin must resurrect a fallen god.
Ever since they crossed the water to start a new life on Urgath, Mugwa had smiled upon her trolls. In their darkest times, though, her smile was sometimes forgotten. The blood rot, the hunters, the slavers, they were not so easy to forget. But as long as Mugwa was smiling, there was hope. Disbelief marked the faces of surviving Moonkin as Asuka explained his idea. A pact with a brittle-bone elder? Resurrecting a fallen god? Disgrace, they roared. Madness! But was there any other choice? So it was that Akrog used the chieftain's word for the first time. The Moonkin would meet this strange brittle bone in the Blackheart jungle for a peace talk. When they marched to the cradle 5 sundowns ago, the Moonkin had been bleeding. When they abandoned it to the hunters, the wound was wide open.
This is it. The brittle-bone stranger is nearby.
And Nug still think it is not wise to go alone. Take a few beaks, at least.
Akrog agreed to a peace talk.
And brittle bones honor peace talks not. They say they will, then they stab each other in the back.
Maybe so. But this brittle bone had 100 chances to crush Zaska, and he crushed him not. Also, if he is anywhere near as powerful a hexer as Zaska thinks, a few beaks will make no difference. Please, Akrog. If they break the first pact they struck with the stranger, he might choose not to help them after all. The tribe has been ravaged, and they cannot ruin this chance.
Zaska speaks true, chieftain. Trust must start somewhere. What thinks Nurbok of this?
Akrog cares.
Nurbok is the great warrior of the Moonkin. His thoughts matter.
Nurbok thinks the small tusk is right.
Wonders never cease.
Nurbok thinks not that it is wise to put the fate of the tribe into a brittle-bone's hands. But it is true if this stranger had wanted to kill the Moonkin, he could have done it when they were not expecting it. Also, Akrog has made up his mind, and the Moonkin are already here, so they might as well go through with it. Stop the club not in the middle of a swing.
It is chieftain now, Nurbok, not
Akrog, sure. Chieftain.
Why told Zazka Akrog not earlier that he was meeting with a brittlebone?
It is difficult. He wanted not to burden Akrog, not after what happened to his sire. Also, nothing was certain yet.
But my bad.
Well, it is not like Zazka lied, is it? He just told Akrog not. Look, he is sorry. But what was it Narjak used to say? If the stone is crushed, there is no putting it back together.
It is all right. Akrog understands.
Of course he does. They are trusted ones.
Akrog still understands not what this stranger gets out of this. Why would a brittlebone help the Moonkin?
Grungwar wonders the same thing.
Well, that is what they are here to find out. Zazka asked him the same question, though, and the stranger told him he stands to gain as much from this as the Moonkin.
100 Moonkin tusks.
All right. Anuk, make camp here and bring in the others. If they are not back by sundown, find the stranger and crush him. Akrog has spoken.
As chieftain say.
Good then. Grungwar, Zazka, Little Blood, come. Time to find out what this stranger's wild plan is.
Big Blood? The hunters, they killed the Bonekin, no? Big Blood think they untusked sire? They probably did, but it changes nothing. Magua took him into the moonlit river when the devouring was complete. Crush them now!
Waste not, want not. This way?
Well, well. Look what the jungle brought to me.
That is him. Interesting. Probably.
What this?
Let Zazka get a proper look. What is that? Interesting.
So, you are the chieftain Zaska told me about. Curious.
He is Akrog Bone Crusher, chieftain of the Moonkin.
A pleasure to meet you, chieftain. I must say, I can't help but be impressed at your level of speech. Where I come from, people still believe trolls are all about grunting and roaring. But let's not beat around the bush, shall we? How much has Zaska told you about my proposal?
Magua has given many troll tribes the power to speak. Brittlebones just choose to ignore it.
That is the goddess you worship, isn't it? I see.
Akrogu knows not the stranger's name yet.
That's true, and I would rather have it stay this way. Nothing personal, just precaution.
Fine. The stranger can keep his secrets.
Much obliged. So, tell me, how much has Zaska told you?
All that he knows. The stranger wants to bring a dead god back to life, and he needs the Moonkin's help to do it.
Imprisoned, not dead, but yes, that about sums it up. Let's start from the beginning. After the first battles between the dark and light races, which would lead to the War of the Six, many of trolls, dark elves, and orcs fled to Urgarth to recover.
The Moonkin know about the escape. That is how their ancestors came to Urgarth. The last chieftain, he was one of them.
Narjak Firstborn. I'm aware. And this is not a history lesson. I'm telling you this because of the creature that led the escape.
Zarek's cub. The field dog. What has it to do with anything? It went back to Fiara after the escape, hundreds of years ago.
Yes, that's what most believe, even among the light races. The truth is, the Hibernian Empire sent a division of elite warrior priests after them. The Sacred Seal. They tracked down the field dog and locked it away deep inside a prison here on Urgarth. I believe that prison is on the other side of this swamp. And I also believe that while the priests of the Sacred Seal are long dead, the field dog is still there.
If those Hibernians could trap Zarek's cub, why not kill it? They were lightlings, no?
It is true. Maybe they were not able to.
My thinking exactly. It would have been in their interest to kill the field dog, and I'm fairly certain that was their original mission. But something must have prevented them.
How knows the stranger all this, if no one else does?
Such a curious troll. How refreshing. First, I have access to records most other people do not. Second, for the past 5 years, I did little else but study these records.
This makes no sense. Zarek's cub, the field dog, it is a god. Nothing can harm it.
Demigod. And yes, it's true that a field dog can't be killed by conventional means. I'm assuming that's why the priests of the Sacred Seal imprisoned rather than killed it.
Hibernians. They are the Brittlebones on the land across the sea, no?
They used to be. The Hibernian Empire fell some time ago.
It fell? Oh, Grangwa knew not.
Well, how would you? The only things that travel between Urgarth and Fiara are fortune seekers and mercenaries, like the ones who hunt you.
And the stranger wants to free Zarek's cub, hoping that will gain him and the Moonkin his favor. That is his idea, no?
That is correct. Zaska told me of your scourges, chieftain. The rot, the hunters. There is no way you'll wrestle down those foes on your own, but with the help of a demigod, that would turn the tables.
What thinks Grungwar of this?
He thinks it is a bad idea. Even if this temple exists, and even if betting the last Moonkin warriors on this strange plan would not be madness, who is to say the cub would even help them if they break its shackles? Zarek has never cared for the trolls. He made them slaves, arrow fodder for the greenskins to toss at their enemies. For all they know, the cub would simply devour the whole tribe and leave.
Better to be eaten by a god than be untusked by a brittlebone. The stranger speaks true, Grungmar. They have no choice. Even if the hunters stop tracking them down, the rot will still keep killing Moonkin cubs before they are even born. What will Grungmar do about that,
They have Noag. He has the moon blood.
It will be many years before Noag can mate. And even if he were to sire 1,000 cubs, how would the tribe feed them while they were little? Please, Akrog. They have tried running. They have tried hiding, but it never worked. Just this once, let them do, and not be done too.
Fine. They will take a look at this temple, then they will decide what to do next. Akrog has spoken. The stranger says this temple is here in the jungle?
Yes, I can show you. There's just one thing we need to take care of first. The Chainers.
Those green-skinned slavers?
Yes. A small troll tribe lived here. And the Chainers rushed through the jungle a few days back and enslaved them. The main group is gone, but there are still a few troops left. And they have set up their cowl right in front of the temple. I know your ranks have been decimated, but you should be able to take them on, especially with the element of surprise. Finally, there's another matter we should take care of before we move into the temple.
So, these brittlebones in the temple, the sacred seal, the stranger said they died. What happened to them?
That's a mystery I'm hoping to solve once we're inside.
Whatever it was, Grungmar is sure the cub played a role in it.
Grungmar, what tribe could these trolls belong to?
Mudcrawlers or bug tusks, probably. They are the only ones who live this deep in the jungle.
Akrog never heard of those before. What are their bonds to the Moonkin?
Probably not enemies. They honor Magwa's law.
So how could they possibly be bad trolls?
Well, they should still be careful. One more thing. Why needs the stranger the Moonkin for this? If he is as powerful a hexer as Zazka says, could he not free the cub on his own?
A fair question. Suffice it to say that breaking into an ancient temple has its own unique challenges, where the muscle of your kind would come in quite handy.
That is all, then. The stranger needs someone to crush rocks for him.
Well, not quite. It's also about safety. That temple has stood abandoned for centuries, so it's bound to be crawling with all kinds of vermin and undead. I thought about hiring a mercenary corps, but they are expensive, attract a lot of attention, and will probably stab you in the back the moment they sniff a gain to be made. I know this probably isn't the answer you wanted to hear, but it's the truth.
What is this other matter?
Well, it's related to the creatures of this lovely jungle. Briefly put, some kind of disease seems to be making the rounds, and it makes creatures go mad, docile and predator alike.
A disease, perhaps.
If so, then it's no ordinary one. It also seems to spread. I've seen more and more animals like this. Considering you have a tribe to feed, you should probably put down those cursed animals whenever you see them. Otherwise,
They might corrupt the entire hunting grounds. The stranger speaks true. The Moonkin will take care of it. What about the stranger? Will he help the Moonkin fight?
I would, but something tells me I should save my strength for when we find the temple. I will do some scouting in the meantime. There are a couple of things out here I have yet to look into.
Fine, if you must. And one more thing. Akrog decided to trust the stranger. Make him not regret it.
Don't worry. I cannot guarantee any of this will work, but I will stay true to my word. Good luck now. We'll speak once you've dealt with the chainers.
And gone.
A teleport hex, like the hunters used.
It is true. Well then, let them take a look at this tribe camp to see what the Moonkin are up against. They will bring the others when it is safe.